Om Shri Lakshmi Ganapataye Namaha. Om Shri Lakshmi Ganapataye Namaha. Hello, everyone. It is Terra Queen Jamila, and I am here to do your general reading for May the 9th of 2019. So welcome to the channel. Make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button. If you are in need of a private reading or other spiritual services, the link to my website can be found below, tarotqueenjamila.thedivinemommy.com. Okay? All right, we're going to start this reading with the Aries. We're going to go all the way from the Aries all the way down to the Pisces. And if you're not watching this live, I am going to put the timestamps underneath here, okay? All righty. Om Shri Lakshmi Ganapataye Namaha.
Who had the technology to make this kind of gear 2,000 years ago?
Coaches across Peru say that they would.
All right, spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels, what messages do you have for the Aries today? All right, what messages do you have for the Aries today? Aries, Aries, Aries. What messages do we have for the Aries today? All right, Aries, Aries, Aries. Hello, Shelly. Welcome. I'm still trying to get everybody unblocked from the channel apocalypse that I have been having. Ah, goodness. Okay. All right, let's see what messages we have for the Aries. Oh no, Aries. Oh no. A lot of you seem to be dealing with a narcissist. I can tell because of the Three of Swords, the Four of Cups, and the Temperance card. This person is married. They have committed themselves to a bad marriage, and they are searching for energies outside of that marriage because it's unfulfilling. You may even be an Aries that, you may even be in Aries that seems to be having this experience today. And probably just recently found out about a third party, not feeling very appreciated in the situation. The Four of Cups comes up. Whoever this person is that you're dealing with, they're either air, water, or fire. They could be earth. But I feel like what they are doing is they are just feeding off of you like supply. And you can tell that a lot of you Aries people have become very codependent on this person. Yeah, it does. If you're Aries Venus, yep. If it resonates for you, then yep. I'm going to throw an advice card for you guys because I know exactly how you feel when you have given someone your heart and they really don't appreciate it. And it can be tempting because it seems like, these kinds of people that are emotionally unavailable, because you can tell that this person is extremely emotionally unavailable. They're just not there. What advice do you want to give to the Aries today, spirits? Dealing with matters of the heart today. Knight of Wands comes up. This is a spirit guide that is definitely with you. And I feel like what this spirit guide is telling you is to not allow this person to take your energy. Protect your energy, okay? Because you don't want to end up like this. And, they'll make it look real good. They'll make it look really good and shiny and bright and sparkly, but it's not, because inside they're suffering. Okay. So you don't want to become like them. You want to stick to who you are, Aries. Don't change. There's a lover that's coming towards you that's going to love and appreciate you. And you can see them being there by August. Okay. Up until August is when this person is going to appear to you. They do look like they are a fire sign like you. And they're definitely coming towards you. So don't worry about it. You're in a place where you're lonely and you feel like this other person, because that's what narcissistic people do. They make you feel like they're your only choice, but they're not. And they make it, they'll try to make you feel as though there's no one in the world that will ever be there for you. And that's just not the truth. Okay. So just be patient, and that person is coming. Let's move on to the Tauruses. Spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels. What messages do you have about the Tauruses today? Oh, the Three of Swords flipped over. That's one of your cards. What else do you want to talk about with the Tauruses? Taurus on May the 9th, 2019. So many of you Tauruses are dealing with a cheating lover as well. I knew that card was going to come up. I saw it when I was shuffling. The Nine of Wands. So you've got to stand firm in this situation, and you have to stand your ground. The Nine of Wands is the card that you have stood your ground, and now you're kind of in a place where you're like, hold on, I'm lonely. I can't believe that I feel this way. And you can see this, whoever this is, they've got to be an air sign. This is either a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius. And even though they're not communicating with you, they're still thinking about you, but they seem to be very controlling. Whoever this is a controlling person. And you know, narcissistic people are usually under the control of another narcissist, even though that narcissist may have been long gone from their life. They're still in control of them. And you can tell that some of you guys have a narcissist that does seem to have some level of control over you still to this day. And seems to be causing some loneliness. Narcissistic people are very lonely. They can be in the same room with a bunch of people and still feel lonely. Let me clarify what this person is doing, spirit guys. What's up with this King of Swords? Mm-hmm. Queen of Wands in the reverse position. There's a spirit here that is draining you or either attempting to drain you. And the more and more you fight, that's what they want, is the fight. That's what spirit is saying to you, Taurus. They want the fight so that they can. There's definitely a third party here that seems to have sort of a demonic presence. Give me some clarity on the Three of Swords. And you're wondering, how can I take control of the situation? Mm-hmm. This person thinks they're very smart. You know, they do. They think that they have it all figured out, but they don't. They're judging wrong. Taurus, you're dealing with somebody from a previous life, some past life transgressions, and you feel that connection with this person, but it wasn't meant to be a good connection, obviously. You can tell this has been happening for a couple of different lifetimes. Let's see what advice spirits want to give to the Tauruses. Hello, chat. Hello, Tiffany, Shelly. I already said hi to Shelly. Hello, Sammy and Tiffany and Aria. Hello. All right. What advice do you want to give to the Tauruses on this situation? Well, it seems like this person seems to sort of tear down and destroy what you build within yourself, which is also a manifestation of your finances. So a lot of you Tauruses, um, what I feel like Spirit is saying is for you to take that energy and transmute it and put it into your creativity, because that's really all that you can do with it. Put it towards something creative, clear your head, and they're sort of there to remind you of who you are, which is why you feel this connection with them. Okay. Hello, Heidi. They are there to spark that flame in you, but it seems like, you know, the energy that you're having, the energy that they're sending you is sort of tearing you down, but you've got to allow that to build you up. And it doesn't mean that you have to build yourself up and you have to go back to that person. Also, the Seven of Coins represents you can't change that person. They have to be willing to change within themselves. They have to want to change themselves. And they don't have it in them to do it because they're scared. They are very afraid. So a lot of you Tauruses are putting your energy into something that's just never going to come into fruition. Um, some of you may have been able to change that person, but it's drained you of a lot of your energy to where you've kind of switched places with this person. So be careful with that. Yeah. And it's definitely a, first of all, like I said, allow that bad energy to teach you, not change you. This adds up to the number 7. The 7 and the 9 adds up to the number 7 in numerology. And you've got a long road ahead of you with this person if you decide to stay with them. They've got this, they're dealing with a past life transgression as well. And this sort of this entity and this spirit from a previous life. And that's why it's always running through their head for some of you. So that's why a lot of you are like, you're cheating on me, because there's a spirit here. And it seems to have a lot of power and control over you and this other person. You're going to have to banish the spirit. Y'all got some banishing to do. Okay, that's what you're going to have to do, because it's really honestly just causing a lot of anxiety and depression. I got to throw one more card for y'all. Advice on the advice. Eight of Wands represents the need to move forward. To not stay attached to this person, that there's something else out there for you that is meant for you. Okay? So everything that we go through with our partners and everything, and I know how you feel, because, you know, when the sexual aspect and the physical aspect of the situation leaves, you kind of feel really off balance, and you feel like, what am I going to do? You know, I feel really off balanced. Well, it's time for you to move forward, is the advice. Okay? Don't ever think that there's nobody else out there for you, because it is. All right, let's move on to the gems. Spirit guides, what messages do you have for the Geminis today? Let's make sure that we shuffle. Hit that thumbs up, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, dealing with an Aquarius. Ah, gems. You cannot be jealous of your partner's success. This is bad, Gem. This is bad. Page of Coins, Five of Wands, and the Devil in the reverse position. This is a serious problem. You got some jealousy of the notoriety and the money that your partner is earning, but this makes no sense, because obviously, you know, if another person, and this could also be your little brother, your little sister, this could also be somebody at work, and instead of you focusing on what you can do, you're focusing on trying to tear that person down, or either it could be somebody trying to tear you down. But what Spirit is telling me is that this is a problem within you, because the Devil comes up in the reverse position. And this is something that Geminis have been known to do. This is something that you guys have a tendency towards, because, you know, and I've reminded Geminis that jealousy for your partner, jealousy for your lover is you working in reverse. Okay, there's no way that you should be jealous, or if they're jealous of you, then there's no way. So it could be on either side. It could be either you or them that seems to have jealousy and strife and anger. And for the Devil to show up, this is a negative spirit that's on you. This person may be manifesting themselves as an earth sign person. Clarify the Devil. They seem to have a very powerful hold on you. They came back up. This person seems to be very possessive, whoever this is. I can't tell If it's you or your partner, it's either one of you. And there seems to be a jealousy. Jealousy has no place in a relationship. Creating it is counterproductive. This is a way, I feel like this is a toxic relationship to where it's a toxic relationship to where what's holding the relationship together is this negative spirit. And it's not good. This Queen of Coins right here is telling you that this is not going to be good for your family because, you know, somebody done lost their job. Somebody has got to pick up the slack because otherwise you'll just be homeless. So it makes no sense for you to be within a relationship with somebody and you're actually mad and jealous about the things that they're doing. So it's one of you that's doing a very toxic relationship. What advice do you want to give to the Geminis? I don't know why all this negative stuff is coming out. That's weird. Okay. 3 of Swords comes up. Feel like you're hurting each other and there's no need to do it. It seems like you're, you know, this is a very vainful relationship. Very vainful. Very, very unhealthy. The Hermit and the Sun reversed. This could also be your son or your daughter. The Hermit is definitely telling you to take a good look at yourself. That's why the Hermit comes up. You seem to pay a lot of other attention to other people, but you are avoiding yourself. You are. You need to stop doing that. This is not good. This is not a happy relationship at all. You need to overcome whatever this negative spirit is. That has no place. Stop giving it power. You're giving something power that you need to stop giving power to, is what you're doing. You probably don't really have you don't have consciousness of it because you're so busy wrapped up in competition and, you know, your pain that you're experiencing probably from your childhood. You got to really let all this stuff go if you want to have happiness and fulfillment in your life. You're going to have to let that go, Gemini. And you don't need it to survive. Okay? It's convinced you that you need it to survive, but you don't need it. All right? Let's move on to the Cancer. Spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels for the Cancer. What messages do you have for the Cancer? Judgment, the Emperor, the 9 of Swords. So you, Cancer, you seem to be in a controlling relationship with somebody. Definitely a past life situation when judgment comes up, but this person seems to be judging you very, very harshly. And this Emperor lets me know that you're dealing with somebody that really has these very rigid views on what your place is in their life. But they just recently lost their job. That's why they lost the job. They lost it because it was meant for them to see that. That's why they lost because they needed to see that. And they seem to be so rigid in their views, Cancer, that they don't want you to do anything. They want whoever this is, and I read mostly for women, but this is either a man that feels as though the man should be the only person earning the money, which makes no sense. Or it could be a female that feels as though the man should be the person to earn all of the money. And so these very rigid views are just going to lead to hunger pains and stress over bills. So you're going to have to either get through to this person and do something, because, this could lead you out into the streets, and that makes no sense. Clarify judgment, spirits. Yeah, I've been in situations like that, Cancer, to where I had a mate and we didn't have any money and he didn't have any money and he didn't want me to earn any money either. That's somebody that is not thinking. They're not, and you can't necessarily that's absolutely ridiculous. Clarify judgment. Okay, Three of Swords came up again. So there's this perception, and you can tell that you've been dealing with this for a while. And this is terrible. This is terrible. That person would rather cheat outside of the relationship, and that makes no sense. What messages do you have about this Emperor? You see how the Emperor, boy, he's just a manly man. You may be dealing with an Aries, Cancer. They're just a manly man. Just, I am standing firm in my beliefs and I don't care. But he's standing there alone, isn't he? All alone with nobody. Because the reason why everybody is left is because he's creating this toxic environment and he just refuses to change his stance on things. He just refuses. I mean, goodness gracious. 10 of Coins. Oh, also there seems to be some news about some money that's coming. If you're still with this person, they're not going to be happy about it. But this is the financial security card. This is where everybody should want to be. No, not yet. Not yet. They're coming up soon. This is where you should want to be. And feel like you need to have a serious heart-to-heart with that person. You need to have a serious heart-to-heart with that person and say, listen, we're going to be homeless soon. Or, we're going to run out of food soon. What are we going to do? Uh-oh, a bunch of cards fell out. We're not going to use all those cards, y'all. Clarify Nine of Swords. There's definitely some worries about money, Cancer, but don't worry because you got some stuff coming in. There's a messenger that's going to come to you today. And the Fool card, you got a serious issue of trust. You would think that money, would create happiness in a relationship, but not when you're dealing with this person, because this person they already feel how they feel. Okay. So the Fool card is representing you may be in a bad situation with this person. because it's almost like they're working in reverse. It makes no sense, the energy and the messages that I'm getting from this person. And they're not using good judgment at all. They just not using good judgment. Oh, I was trying to shuffle the opposite way. Yeah, that's not good. Why doesn't this person want to be stable? They silly. Advice for the Cancers. You don't have to let that go, Cancer. You are, even if it comes back to you and you want it back, you're going to have to let it go, because looks like to me you may have children to feed. Most Cancers do have children to feed. And when there are children, then all of a sudden the children are a problem. And the children are a problem because this person refuses to step outside of the box. They're definitely in a box. So I would, if I were you, I would, get yourself together, and there's a new beginning. I feel like the situation is over, and I feel like you've got some good things coming up, because a lot of you Cancers misjudged, and the past like 3 or 4 months you've been dealing with this person, and they've literally been taking. No one will ever understand this as to why men decide, I'm going to take away your prosperity because you're a woman. And I don't believe that women should have the right to earn money. And if you have children, well, then you made a mistake. Just get rid of your children. That's their logic. You'll be victorious. Just get all of those nasty little thoughts out of your head, because none of those thoughts make any sense. Yeah, this is somebody that is trying to produce um, death and sickness in your life, and they're just not thinking. They really aren't. So you've got to go above that person. It's so weird. I had a dream last night, and one of the spiritualists showed up in my dreams last night, y'all. It was crazy. And it was, you guys know that I am afraid to fly in airplanes. I'm afraid. And this person came to me in a dream, and they were scheduling me a plane ticket so that I could go and do some traveling. And, in the dream, I never actually got on the plane, but we were buying a plane ticket. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a man that's going to tell you that you shouldn't have prosperity because he's a man and he should be the one. And then, especially when he is in a place where he can't earn money, then that's when the ship is sinking. That's when it's sinking. That's like a sinking ship that ain't going to get no help. Okay, that's what the whole movie The Titanic was symbolic of. Is symbolic of a man that feels as though you know his word is everything, but then the ship sank because it doesn't make any sense, and that water took him. The water is the female energy. So you can either sink or you can keep sailing, and a lot of narcissists are going to sink. And this is what causes them to flip out and kill everybody in the family, because of their very rigid views, and no, I am the man, and even if I decide to lead you to death, hunger, and sickness, I'm the man. No, honey, no, he's not a man. He's not. He's a victim of his own, I don't want to say stupidity, But that is stupid. It is. So you'll be hearing something about some money today, Cancer, and it'll all be good. All right, let's move on to the Leo. Spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels, show me the Leos for today. What messages do you have for the Leos today? Leo, Leo, Leo. Y'all got to be careful with some of these manly men. Four of Swords, the Strength card, and the High Priestess. So many of you Leos, you've separated from somebody just recently. You've separated because it's time for them to reevaluate, and you've had to separate from this person because they're in a bad place, and you've got to be strong right now. They've put a lot of psychological programming in you, a lot of it. And then the High Priestess lets me know that a lot of you Leos are dealing with people that are false friends. False. Okay? Or when you may have beliefs that are false that you need to reevaluate big time. You need to reevaluate, Leo. You know, Leos are very, very sensitive. A lot of people just assume that Leos are very strong, but they're actually one of the most sensitive of the zodiac. Give me some clarity on the High Priestess. See there? This is actually the Hierophant. This card represents the chaos that can be caused by different beliefs, or either conflicting beliefs and conflicting values is what this is. Whichever one that helps you, as long as it doesn't violate someone else, is fine. But the problem is that with some of these religions, they you know, their mission is to break down the woman. So then it doesn't become a partnership. It becomes a fight and an all-out war over who's going to have power and control over the other. And the Chariot is saying to move on. That's what the Chariot is saying. This is not the right time or the place for those beliefs anymore. We've already been through the delusion. We've already been through the delusion and the illusion. We've already been through that. You got three major arcanas right here. The Faith card and the Chariot. You know, first of all, you do have the power within yourself to make it work. This person has either walked out on you or they made it difficult for you to survive. And now at this point, you've got to take the high road and you've got to be strong on your own. And don't ever say you can do bad by yourself, because you're not going to do bad by yourself. You're going to do so much better. Hold on a minute, guys. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Let me close out that window. When you have a male dominating person that is trying to tell you that you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that, but then they can't do what the man is supposed to do and they haven't done it, then it's a lie. And there's a lot of men that would rather destroy the situation than make it better. So if you've got somebody that's like that, then you're going to have to drop your faith that you have in them and start having faith in yourself. What advice do you have for the Leos today? Page of Swords. There's a messenger that's coming. You falling apart, Heidi? Don't do that. So don't be afraid of change and don't be afraid of growth. Feel like this is a growth process that you may be having. And then maybe that person will grow. But in the meantime, the trust card comes up too. In the meantime, you're going to have to put yourself together and press forward, because you know that when those bills stop getting paid and those lights start getting shut off and the gas gets turned off and you can't even take a bath, then that's when you know that you done made a mistake. Don't let it get that far. Okay? A lot of you are very nervous about money. Even though no money cards came up, I can tell that this has to do with money. You're going to have to rise above and move on, at least for the time being. Even though it's hard, you got to put yourself together, because you seem to have little ones that are depending on you. And you can't just say, well, I give up. Oh, well, I'm just going to leave all this behind and just keep it moving and just abandon everything that I have. I know Leos won't do that. But there does seem to be somebody that's in your ear that's saying, well, this is bad energy. And that's why you separated from them. So you got a new beginning coming. There is going to be good news that's going to come to you. So you're just stressing yourself out for nothing, because it's going to be okay. The Fool card comes up. That represents the presence of a new beginning, a rebirth. Some of y'all are going to hear from a lover today, or within the next several days. You're going to hear from that person. And you have to decide whether or not you can trust them, because you don't want to be caught up in that situation again to where everything is falling apart. Some of these males and females, they will make things fall apart and they'll destroy it, because they'll say, well, because I'm a man and I didn't create it, so I've got to tear this down because I didn't create it. And anything that the man didn't create is no good, which makes no sense at all. Okay. Yeah, really. I'm seeing a hyper presence of the male energy, and this is not the divine masculine. I'm seeing a presence of the male energies constantly trying to tear down what a woman has built. And it makes no sense to me. So move on past that person, Leo. and they can just be broke and broke down by themselves. You know, get you a crowbar or something in case they come at you. Anyway, moving on to the Virgos. Spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels for the Virgo. What message do you have for the Virgos? Thank you, Tiffany. What messages do you have for the Virgos today on May the 9th, 2019? I see that the Virgos are going through a lot of changes. Faith, Chariot, Four of Swords. Why is this happening with everybody? Good grief. A lot of you Virgos are moving away from a lot of those previous values that you've had. And the reason why is because you had somebody that you were depending on, Virgo, and they seem to have, I don't want to say that they betrayed you, but they fell short of what they were supposed to be doing. And, you know, you've had to separate from that person. You can tell there's a lot of separation between men and women because of this. Because men are saying, I'm broken and I want you to be broken too. So, no, we'll just sit here and die and starve to death. Oh, you're dizzy because you're having hunger pains. Oh, you're losing nutrients. Well, women need nutrients because we have cycles every month. And it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. Uh-oh. The magician flew out of the deck. Religious intolerance and religious spells. You've got to be under a spell when your religion tells you that the woman should not work. You've got to be under a spell. Especially when what she's doing is she's trying to sustain you at a time of need, at their time of need, but they don't see it that way. They'd rather die. Well, that's not what you should have to do. You shouldn't have to die to prove that he's a man, because you're going to look up one day in your afterlife and you're going to regret it. Advice for the Virgos. Yeah, I woke up this morning. I felt very at peace, but I was still very teary and weepy because this is a serious problem. Advice for the Virgos. Why does it seem like it's the same thing over and over again? Let's see. Well, I hope we get something different. The Knight of Wands. So remember, I told you that a lot of the religious intolerances, you were under a spell because it's meant to distract you so that they can take energy. And I meant that when I said it. And you got a couple of spirit guides that are showing up here. Oh, you got 3 of them. Look at that. The Knight of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Page of Coins, and the Devil. So a lot of you Virgos got some prosperity coming up, and you're going to get freedom from this situation. This is terrible. This is bad. This is not going to be good for the world. Seems like a lot of these men have been activated. You don't have no career. You don't have nothing. Excuse me? But then they're not willing to take care of you. So does that make any sense to y'all? I mean, let's keep it real. So a lot of you have these spirit guides, and they're bringing you what you need. And then also the Devil card is a representation of liberation, being that it's in the upright position. It's upright. Okay. Mm-hmm. And you know what, Heidi? What they have is they say, well, I don't have the capability of earning what is needed to take care of you and all those children. So then just give your children away. They'll say ridiculous things like that. And we can laugh it off, but it's literally, it's ignorance. It's ignorance. It is. It's very, very deep, a deep level of ignorance that we all need freedom from. But, there's always going to be men and then the women that want to compete, or they want to use that energy. They will, make you feel that way. But it makes no sense. So this should have been more so a general reading, because this is the same thing that I'm getting over and over again. Hello, Melissa. Yeah, the same message is just repeating over and over again for the first 6 zodiac signs. That's weird. Let's shuffle a little bit more for the Libras. Libra, spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels for the Libras. What messages do you have for today for the Libras? I swear all these repeating cards. That's good. That's good because you know what? A man that does that to you does not love you. And most women these days, they're either working from home, or either they have their own businesses, or either they work outside of the home. And they're running around calling up to your job, telling your boss to fire you. All right. Libras, you guys got the Wheel, the Chariot, and the Faith card. So a lot of you seem to be going through the same thing. You can tell that with the Wheel, first of all, with the Wheel showing up, that represents prosperity and abundance. The Chariot is related to travel. And then the Faith card in this position represents having faith in yourself. And then it also represents, I feel like a lot of you Libras are going through the same thing. Let me clarify the Faith card. We need some clarity on this one, because give me some clarity on this Faith card. 3 of Coins. Feel like there seems to be a growth period for the Libras in their relationship, to where, they have been able to convince their partner that this is good. So I feel like a lot of you Libras seem to be working together with your partner. It seems like you're dealing with either a Cancer, could be a Sagittarius, or it could be another air sign. But there seems to be some growth that seems to be happening from that, which is very, very good for your partner to understand. Because whenever you see the Hierophant show up in a reading, this is what it represents, and I feel like this is representing financial blessings that seem to be coming to you today. The King of Swords fell out of the deck. It was in the inverted position. What advice do you want to? The King of Swords is actually a spirit guide. I want to know exactly what he's saying. King of Coins, the Star. Very, very good positive message for the Libras today. Healing energy is all around you. There's some kind of epiphany that's happening. I'm jealous because I can't convince no man to let me earn money. All of them want to make me lose my jobs. I don't get it. So y'all Libras, boy, y'all lucky. Y'all lucky y'all done got a partner or a mate that has respect for what you do. And I feel like whoever this person is, they are definitely seeming to make you and their family and your family a priority as opposed to the other signs. So I don't know what's up with that, but the Libras seem like they got the best reading today. Okay. So you can tell that it's either air sign or earth sign, and the star comes up. This can represent either spiritual gifts or either some of you that are singers, dancers, artists, painters. Very good. Libras is winning, y'all. I don't know what's up with us Cancers and and Leos and Virgos. That's weird. All right, Scorpio. Spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels, what messages do you have for the Scorpios? Oh, Scorpio. Well, a lot of you are dealing with an air sign individual. Spirit is saying that there's a trust issue in the relationship. And then temperance can represent codependency on like a narcissistic personality, is what temperance represents. A lot of you Scorpios seem to be dealing with an air sign individual that wants control over the situation, and you seem to be trusting this person, but they seem to have some kind of addiction. So be careful with that, because they may be, I feel like you just recently got back with this person and they may be feeling good right now, but they're going to go back into that addictiveness. And then the next thing you know, so there's definitely a cycle. Feel as though you need to put something up for a rainy day with dealing with this person, because they seem to be unstable. They're doing good now, but eventually they're going to go back off into that addiction. And then the next thing you know, money and items are disappearing from the house. Clarify, Queen of Swords. Mm-hmm. Page of Wands. Yep, they done showed up and they got some money. There's something going on with some kind of addiction, though. Need some clarity on the temperance. Yeah. Death card comes up. Yeah. I feel like it's not going to last, whatever it is. I feel like it's just a temporary thing. I feel like they're going to go back to their old ways. And so Spirit is just saying, look, make sure that you are saving for a rainy day. I get the sense that this person does not want you to work. The reason why a person doesn't want you to work is because they want control. They want control. But you got to understand that you are a creative being as well. What do they want you to do? What are they expecting out of you? They're expecting you to take care of all of their needs, and then that's it. But you have needs also, Scorpio. Advice for the Scorpios. I feel like you're being foolish. I feel like you can't trust that person. Because what they'll do is they will get you in a vulnerable position and they'll burn out on you. The Lover's in the reverse position. A lot of you seem to be dealing with a Gemini. Geminis will turn on you so quick. And then the next thing you know, they're like, oh, well, I'm paying all the bills and you're just supposed to be here to, take care of me because I'm sick, basically is what it is. And, so the Four of Cups is where you're giving all of yourself, but like who's supposed to love you? You loving them, but who's supposed to love you while you loving them and they loving themselves? Come on now. This don't make no sense. Who is supposed to love you while they're loving themselves? This is not a good relationship. I feel like this person is gonna leave you high and dry. Hold on a minute. Yeah, you got, especially if you're dealing with a Gemini, guys. If you're dealing with a Gemini, you have to watch out for the Gemini. You have to watch out for them. They seem to be fooling you for the time being. I'd be careful with whoever this is because emotionally, you're not being taken care of. Being taken care of financially is not the same thing as being taken care of emotionally. Spirit wants you to know that you can have the total package. This is when somebody's daydreaming about having the total package. I want to be taken care of financially, spiritually, emotionally, and sexually. You want the whole thing. And for some reason, this person is not able to provide that for you. Okay, so you got to make a choice, and it's going to be coming up very soon here. I'd say that about September, October, about 4 months from now. Within 4 months, it'll be the same thing. So just be on the lookout for that, okay? Sagittarius, spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels for the Sagittarius. A lot of people want to pretend to be something that they're not. So for some reason, there's a lot of people that they just want to fool you. Give me some clarity on the Sagittarius. What messages do you have for the Sagittarius, spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels for the Sagittarius? Sagittarius. Oh, we got cards flipping over. Uh-oh. Ace of Coins, Strength card, Ace of Cups, Ten of Swords. So there's definitely an ending that's coming up. Feel like this is an ending to a rough patch for a lot of you Sagittariuses. There seems to be some new opportunities that are coming up, new financial opportunities coming up. And I feel like this was your ability to think on a more positive level, and those changes are going to be manifesting. Looks like definitely there's a new lover. Some of you are going to have either an earth sign. You were previously dealing with an air sign previously, and that's ending. Okay. There's either earth, fire, or water, but I can see it definitely as being an earth sign or a water sign that seems to be coming into your life. And you're ending things with this person that seemed to they were just a negative person. And then also they may have had some kind of mental illness or spiritual illness. I don't, mental can be same thing, but it's mental, spiritual illness. And it seems like to me that you are ending the situation with that person, especially that Ace of Coins. That is a very powerful and reassuring card to get, because there seems to be some money that seems to be coming in, or opportunity as well. Some kind of new job, new opportunities. Advice for the Sagittariuses. Yeah, you got to end all associations with people that are trying to bring you down. Up, 9 of Coins, Sag. So you guys are, and I feel like a lot of you Sagittariuses, either you want to move or you need to move, or either redecorate. You may need to get some new furniture. You may need to get some new draperies. You may need to get a new dining room table. Something that you need to get, maybe even a new car, because maybe somebody totaled your vehicle, in a fit of rage. You guys are going to get the money for that. I feel like it's going to be coming up within the next several days or within the month. But I feel like prosperity is coming to you, because it seems like you lost some stuff. You did. You had lost some things at the hands of a very toxic association with either toxic people or either a toxic relationship. And same difference. This person wanted power over you. They had no idea that the reason why you wanted to earn the money that you wanted to earn was to make things better for them as well, and to kind of take up the slack. But they just wanted to do it all. They were very obsessed. And some of you may have been that way too. Spirit is telling me that some of you Sagittariuses were that same way as well. And yeah, you had to let go of some relationships that did not work out during your time of confusion. You can't always expect those people to come back to you. Give me some clarity on the Ten of Swords. So if you're a male Sagittarius, you were like, well, I got it together. What are you going to do? And you're probably really heartbroken because of it, but it was meant for you to move on. It was definitely meant for you to move on. It wasn't meant for you to stay behind and just continuously go through this over and over and over again about what that person did or what bad happened. It was meant for you to learn from it, learn about the mistakes that you're making, and then move forward. It wasn't meant for you to just stay involved in that. Okay. So good things are coming, Sagittarius. You just got to be able to move beyond the past, because the past is the past. Okay. Capricorn. Spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels for the Capricorn. What messages do you have for the Capricorns today? Okay, a card flipped over. The Eight of Cups flipped over. So you had somebody that abandoned you for a third party, and now they want to come back, huh? Very interesting. The question is, are you going to take them back? That is the question. Somebody that abandoned you previously for a third party, this third party person, they just kind of walked up to him and said, hey, baby, I'm better for you. And then they said, okay, bye. They abandoned you in the past. Very hurtful. They're either air, water, or fire. Now they want to come back because they realize what they lost. They realize that they lost something good, and now they want to come back. The question is, do you take them back? Do you take them back after they abandoned you previously? Literally left you to go off into the sunset with someone else, Capricorn. Do you take them back? Well, you're going to have to think. You're going to have to think about this, because that was very painful what they put you through, wasn't it? They left you with all those bills. Ran all off with somebody. They're definitely narcissistic. You know, anybody that would abandon you during your time of need, that I wouldn't take them back, but let's ask spirits what they think. Because they literally left you high and dry. And they're contacting you saying you don't love me anymore. Oh, especially if y'all got one of them Geminis, boy, they sure do know how to fake them emotions to get you back, don't they? You don't love me. Playing on your love. It ain't about whether or not I love you. It's about whether or not I love myself and whether or not I want to put myself through that again. Spirit guys, should Capricorn take this person back? No. No and more no. 3 no answers. No. You have built yourself back up, and that person is looking for financial security, or either they're looking for a ego boost because they just want to know that because they literally did leave you high and dry. I can tell. They left you high and dry. Yes, they did. And now they're coming back because they want to fill up on that narcissistic supply. They'll only walk away from you again. And you'll have to go through the same thing, even though you'll be stronger this time. But why even waste your time when you can see a lover? You can see other offers being made to you that are better. And they may have even been good in bed. You can tell somebody that's good in bed, boy, it's hard to walk away from somebody that was good to you in that bedroom. Well, you got other people that'll be just as good in bed, if not better. And the 3 of Cups comes up. You can do better. Your ancestors are definitely speaking to you, especially you female Capricorns. Wait it out. And you've been wanting to get back with that person. They're only going to do the same thing to you again. The cycle's going to repeat itself. Somebody leave me high and dry, I'm not going to want to take them back. That's just how I am. Because there's always the probability of them doing it again. And you've taken them back previously. And they ran all off with somebody that was offering them money. How many of y'all would take back a person that left you high and dry, didn't give you a dime, tried to tear down what you had, and they ran all off with somebody else that had more money? So unfortunately, women, if you're old-fashioned, because I'm very, very old-fashioned, even though I can earn my own money, I'm very, very old-fashioned. I'm not going to, it's rare that I'm going to give a man some money. So there's a lot of women out there, they'll compete with you with their money, and they'll give a man a whole bunch of money to leave you. And then he left, and then now he wants to come back. Give me some clarity on the 8 of Cups. We got to look at the past with this person. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can tell it was either a Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius. They offered that person a lot of money to leave you. I wouldn't get back with them. Somebody that takes money over the love that you give them, get rid of them. And I know you thinking, well, I don't want that other person to have him or her. Let them have them. I'd leave them. I would not get back with them, Capricorn. Please don't get back with this person. There's somebody else for you. They was faking it anyway. Whoever this person was. Very fake plastic individual. And that's why they was able to leave you for that other person. So I wouldn't take them back. The answer is no. You do what you want to do, but the answer is no. Okay? Aquarius. Spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels for the Aquariuses. Yeah, that's a tough cookie to swallow. You may be able to take them back. They need some healing, though. Because anybody that would leave, and they really did love you, and you love them, Capricorn. But anybody that would leave you for, if somebody leaves me for the, I don't care if it's $1 million, I don't understand. And they came back to you and said, well, this person, they paid my car off for me, and they did all this for me. So we could have done that together. We could have made a way together. And you were sitting up there working hard for them. Aquarius. Spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels for the Aquariuses. What messages do you have for the Aquariuses today? Where are you seeing Aquariuses being today on this Thursday, May the 9th of 2019? There's some kind of offer that seems to be coming in for the Aquariuses. Something to do with travel. Travel or either a relationship. Give me some clarity on this page of wands. Seems like everybody's love life is coming up today. Queen of Cups and the Sun. So this has got to be somebody that you probably have children with. Somebody that is offering you a relationship, but to me, it seems like they're not making no commitment to you. And that's what you want, is a commitment. See, the Sun can represent we making good love and you know, we having fun, but it's just temporary. It's not a commitment. You're kind of floating around. Like, what am I doing? Where are we going with this? You want some kind of commitment, whether or not they say it, do it. They're not really doing that. They just offering you possibly sex or either instant gratification at that time. You feel pretty good. Hey, Catavia. You feel pretty good in their presence, but you can tell that it's just a temporary thing. This Eight of Wands. It's not going to last. Thank you. I have not used this Ouija board yet, and I figured it looked beautiful to use it to, you know, as a cardboard. Thank you, though. Clarify the Eight of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you're wasting your time on this temporary stuff, and because you don't want to be alone, Aquarius, you don't. But you know what? Sometimes being alone for a little while is better than accepting something that's just gonna, you know, they just gonna come in, fill you up, tell you, oh, well, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. Next thing you know, they gone. I wouldn't do it. Advice for the Aquarius is, yeah, you can tell that that's what that person is doing. And they are offering you some kind of expensive trip. You can tell that they're offering you to, you know, go travel with you and stuff. And that's something that a lot of Aquarius is like. Aquarius is like to travel. My grandmother was an Aquarius and she didn't do much traveling. She's definitely traveling now, but, you know, she was always at home with her children. So I admire my grandmother a lot. She was always there for us no matter what. We could always go and knock on her door, and there she was. Always. Advice for the Aquariuses. Yeah. There's something else better out there for you. The wheel represents this person is literally just wasting your time. They'll come back, they're making you an offer, they're saying, I love you, I want to do all these things with you. They're going to walk away from you again. So there's other things out there for you. Also, I can tell that there's a lot of you Aquariuses that are possibly getting ready to conceive a child, especially a boy, but it's not going to work out with the relationship. It's not, because they don't really like responsibility. Whoever this person is, they just kind of float around, they traveling around, and you'll just end up being single with a child. So just be careful. Make sure that you use some kind of protection, because you can tell that you kind of hot to trot for this person. You can tell with the Sun card. Okay. And, it's a possibility that that person can, and literally what they're going to do is they're going to drop their seed off to you. They're going to drop their seed off to you and then walk away. So be careful with that, because you could end up being pregnant. That's the first thing that Spirit is showing me. And then the 9 of Wands comes up, representing 9 months of pregnancy with a boy. And then the next thing you know, society will be shaming you because you're raising a son without a man. But it was, and then you have to deal with that. Okay. Christina said, he can't come back. I don't blame you. Please don't. Capricorn, please don't take that person back. Aquarius says, y'all got somebody that's trying to get you pregnant, and they're doing it just so they can have power. They'll come in and conceive a baby, which you can tell that a lot of you Aquariuses are fertile right now because the fishes showed up in the reading. You can tell that a lot of y'all are very fertile, and that person is gonna be, they're gonna be like, oh, let's make love. You just gonna make love for like 2 weeks straight, and then you definitely gonna get pregnant if you do it. But that person they're gonna abandon you, and then the next thing you know, you'll be having to fight for your right to not be seen as somebody that's stupid. They'll call you stupid. Society will judge you harshly, especially if you have a son. So I can see a son coming through, a boy, definitely a boy. And it's just going to create, problems in your life is what it's going to do. So I would prevent it out the gates. Yeah, you gotta, an Aquarius that's getting ready, because they will do that, and they'll do it, just because, they'll just do it just because they want the world to judge you. And this can be for male Aquariuses too. But I see a lot of the divine feminines getting pregnant by this person. Very immature person. They enjoy the judgment of women that have little boys and stuff, especially if it's a boy. Society will be telling you, well, you're a woman, you can't raise no boy. And that's very ignorant, in my opinion. I think that it has nothing to do with nature, because you can, but they'll purposely make it difficult for you. They'll say, well, we got to prove that this person can't raise a boy, so we're going to do everything that we can to make things harder for you. So you'll just create a bunch of struggle in your life, and you don't want to do that, Aquarius. So be careful. My husband is a male Aquarius. He too scary to even breathe. Oh, wow. Wow. That's crazy. All right. Spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels for the Pisces. Let's see what's going on with the Pisces. And I speak from personal experience. It's not that I regret having my babies, but I just know how it is. I don't regret having any of my children, none of them. But I just know how it is. Oh, yeah, I did Cancer. All right, spirit guides for the Pisces. What are you saying going on with the Pisces today? What messages do you have for the Pisces? Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. You're welcome. Oh. 10 of Cups, 7 of Wands. The Sun, the 9 of Cups. Well, these are very contradictory cards. The 7 of Wands just kind of throws a lot of things off. But you got 10 of Cups. There's definitely love that's coming to a lot of you Pisceans coming up very soon here. You can tell that this is going to be somebody that is friends of your friends, and you're going to run into them or meet them in a social setting. I can definitely see that. Definitely can sense that there's somebody, looks like they're fire energy, and they're definitely trying to block this from happening. You've been trying to move on and move past this person. I can definitely see a lot of you Pisces people is having children, already having a relationship established that doesn't seem to be very happy. So there seems to be a new lover. The Sun can represent a new lover. Being followed up by the 9 of Cups, tells me that this is a dream lover. But there's somebody that seems to be holding you back. Definitely your mother and your sisters, and maybe even your father or your brothers or your cousins. You can tell, oh no, you're safe right here. Well, if you're so safe, then why do they turn against you whenever love comes into your life, Pisces? Why is it always a problem when love shows up? If you're so safe there, why is it always a problem and a blockage? Clarify 7 of Wands. See there? Somebody bitter. Mother, brother, uncle, sister, father. This is a person that is meant for you to build with. And they're telling you, no, you need to be with somebody that has $10 million in the bank. How many people have $10 million in the bank? How many? You probably can count them on your fingers and toes. I can see that this person is going to have a lot of fresh ideas, and they're leaving a situation like that. In fact, they probably even left behind some family money, and they're saying, let's build together. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with you building together and both working together? What's wrong with that? Especially if you're happy. I can see a new business opportunity coming up for you guys too. If it's not love, it's a business opportunity. Don't ever be tricked by what other people already have and be tricked out of what it is that you want just because somebody else that already has it tells you that you can't get it. This is how the rich stay rich and the poor get poor. And it's so stupid. Listen, if you have somebody that is a manifester, you can tell this person can manifest a lot. And they've already had money before. And the reason why they came to you was so that you could partner up with them. And there is nothing wrong with building with somebody. A lot of people are asleep on that, and they caught up in some kind of fantasy that makes no sense, because in reality, you've been there, done that. And you saying no, but I've been there, done that. I've had somebody that gave me everything that I needed financially, but emotionally they were not there. This is somebody that definitely has the total package, and you can manifest very quickly with this person. You can manifest very quickly with this person. Yeah, I did, Virgo. Virgo is a little further back. Advice for the Pisces. That ain't nothing but the devil telling you, no, you can't see. The death card comes up. So you may have to end. See there, the Eight of Swords. This is how they're keeping you in bondage. That's how they're keeping you in bondage, in a mental slavery, mental prison of, thinking, well, don't be with this person, but I like this person. I'm attracted to them, and they seem to, have a lot of plans in their life, and they're manifesting. They may not have 100 grand in the bank, but they still have something, and they're willing to give it to you. So why be picky to that extent, Pisces? You're going to pass up a lot of good people because they don't already have, but you don't have it either. So if you don't have it, how do you expect for them to have it? Okay. But this is something that's going through your head over and over again. A lot of you Pisceans, you can tell. And this right here is saying, well, and you got to wonder, why are they doing that? Why do they care about the details? As soon as you tell them about a relationship, they're saying, well, how much money does he have? Or how much money does she have? Well, she may earn pretty good money. That's not enough. Cancel it out. What? But we can build a very good life together. They don't want you to do that because they under a trick. They don't even have it. They keep telling you to go and get something that they don't even have. They don't even have that. So don't fall for that. That's ridiculous. All right, Pisces, go by your own mind. Don't allow anybody to tell you what to do. If it's a lover that's qualified, because like I said, they come from a place where they were dealing with the same thing. They had a lover that, had a bunch of money, but they didn't give them what they needed emotionally and physically. I feel like this person has all aspects of themselves, especially the Nine of Cups, if they're going to make you happy. Because I'd rather be happy in a $300,000 house versus being unhappy in a mansion. So, and for some reason, a lot of us are being forced to choose. And I'd rather be happy in something that, because 300,000 is a lot of money, especially if that's your first home. If this person comes in and what you have and what they have can get you a $300,000 house, then, maybe perhaps in a couple of years, you can get that house, sell it, and get something bigger. That's what building is. And a lot of couples are successful like that. You sit around and wait for somebody that got $10 million. I mean, some of y'all may be able to manifest that, but in reality, most people don't have millions of dollars. In reality, they don't have it in the physical. They may have it in the spiritual, to where, yeah, they can do that, but it was probably not meant for them to do that until they got with you. It's hard to explain that with a lot of people with this fantasy, and it's literally just a fantasy. It ain't gonna happen like that, okay? All right, y'all. Those are your readings for today. I will be uploading some more readings for new love to tell you who is coming into your life very soon. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button. If you guys need a private reading, the link to my website is below. And I will see you guys later. Okay, thank you for coming. I'll try to put timestamps, but I've already gotten several phone calls that I need to follow up on. Okay, so I'll see y'all later. Love and light.